Hello friends, welcome back to VOWIAS. Welcome to the discussion on Vision IAS Security Mains 365. This is part 6. Hope you have seen the other 5 parts. If you haven't watched, I'll leave the link of the playlist in the description. Please go and watch. Okay, now let's quickly begin. But before we begin, small information. The document what we are using for the discussion is the Vision IAS Mains 365 summary document prepared by VOWIAS. You can subscribe to this summary document by visiting our Telegram channel. The Telegram channel details are there in the description. Okay, so the next topic what you have is the police reforms. So whenever we talk about the police reforms, one case, or you can say one Supreme Court judgment that should come into our mind, that is the Prakash Singh case. Okay, so Prakash Singh, under this Prakash Singh case, the Supreme Court gave various guidelines regarding the police reforms. Some states have implemented, whereas the other states did not implement. Okay, now we will see. So recently, the Police Act of 1861 was in news because it guides the police organization in India. Okay, so if you see the issues faced by the police, one is overburdened. Currently, only 137 police personnel are there per 1 lakh of population, but UN recommended 222 police per 1 lakh of population. The poor quality of investigation, only 47% conviction rates as of now, according to the 2012 Law Commission report. Lack of accountability, poor police public relation, because the perception of police among the people is a trouble creator rather than a trouble shooter, and also poor women representation in the police, shortage of weaponry and other equipment with the police. And for this, various efforts are taken by the central government as well as state governments, but they were not successful. Various committees were appointed: the National Police Commission 7781, Ribeiro Commission 1988, Padmanabhaya Committee of 2000, the Malyamat Committee of 2000-2003, Supreme Court decision on the Prakash Singh case in 2006, and the Police Act Drafting Committee of 2015. The modernizing of police force scheme to strengthen the police infrastructure is another one. And if you see the administrative changes, it includes separation of investigation from law and order, specialized wings for the social and cyber crimes, etc. Technological reforms also were done, including modernization of control rooms, fast track CCTNS, that is crime and criminal network tracking system, and along with that the NAT grid. And also we are moving towards commissionerate system wherever appropriate. Okay, so these are the various efforts that are taken by the governments for the police modernization. And also suggestions, what is the way forward. The Supreme Court issued various guidelines in this Prakash Singh case. So they can be one way forward. We can write establishment of the State Security Commission, the Police Establishment Board, the Police Complaint Authority, National Security Commission for the police organization. These are mainly for the welfare of police. These are mainly to ensure that the politicization of the police is not done. Next, a fixed tenure of 2 years for the DGP and 2 years for the field officers like SP and SHO. This is to ensure the stability in the system, because otherwise what is happening is the politicization of police force. The politicians are just transferring and using police for their benefits. And also separating investigation police from the law and order police to improve the quality of investigation. And Niti Aayog also have given various recommendations: enacting of Modern Police Act of 2015, encouraging greater participation of women to achieve targeted share of 30% women among new recruits, integrating Lokpal and Prevention of Corruption Acts into police reforms to enhance the accountability, remodeling police training modules, digitization like introducing filing EFIRs for minor offence. Separate National Cyber Security Division should be created to support and coordinate initiatives of the state government in handling the cyber crimes. Revamping criminal justice system by implementing the Main and Malyamat committee recommendations, like the creating victim compensation fund, etc. So these are the various suggestions for the reform. Right. So the next topic what we have is the cyber security. Cyber security is securing the cyber assets, that includes cyberspace from unauthorized access, use, disclosure, disruption, modification or destruction of it. The cyberspace is basically that space where the people interact, the software and services exist, which is supported by the worldwide distribution of information and communication technology, devices and networks. The Global Cybersecurity Index 2020 ranked India 10 out of the 194 countries, and this is way ahead of Pakistan and China. So in the cybersecurity, India is performing good, but still a lot has to be done, because India has the second largest internet users. So there is substantial threat in the cyberspace for India and Indians. And the need for cyber security, if you see, national security, as several states are developing capabilities in the cyber attacks which can alter the outcomes in the battlefield. Today we are talking about the 5th generation warfare and all, and they include the cyberspace. Cyberspace is increasingly being used in public policies to process and store sensitive and critical data, and the need for cyber resilience for private sector, which plays a significant role in the operating critical information infrastructure such as telecom. Protection of service delivery, which is very critical for public services like railway, defense, banking, etc. The rise in digitalization, making individuals vulnerable to cybercrimes like online bank frauds, surveillance, profiling, violation of privacy, etc. Increased role of advanced technology like AI, machine learning, data analytics, cloud computing, and IoT. And there are existing mechanisms for cybersecurity like the legal framework, which is the National Cybersecurity Policy 2013, which includes the key provisions to set up 24/7 National Critical Information Infrastructure Protection Cell, creation of task force of about 5 lakh cybersecurity professionals in the next 5 years, IT Act of 2000, which regulates the use of computer systems and computer networks and their data, and also the institutional framework. If you see, the National Cybersecurity Coordination Center is being set up, which is basically India's cyber intelligence agency that conducts security and electronic surveillance. CERTIN is the India's premier agency, cybersecurity agency, which was set up under the IT Amendment Act of 2008. The National Critical Information Infrastructure Protection Center, which is the national nodal agency in respect to critical information infrastructure protection. And also you have the Cyber Swachhta Kendra to enhance citizen awareness regarding the cybersecurity, and various other measures are taken like the Digital Army program, and also various programs of the states like the Cyberdome project of Kerala, the Cybersecurity Center of Excellence of Telangana, MAH, etc. Maharashtra, it is the Cyber Safe Women, etc. And what are the challenges to cybersecurity? You can write in maybe 2-3 dimensions: the structural challenges, administrative challenges, procedural challenges, and human resource related. Structural challenges are the absence of geographical constraints and lack of uniformity. Procedural challenges are lack of awareness in local police regarding the CIT Act and all, the lack of data protection regime. You have administrative challenges like the lack of national level architecture for cybersecurity, the lack of security audit, and also the lack of appointments of National Cybersecurity Coordinator in 2014, and that is not supplemented by the creation of liaison officer in the states. And also you have various human related problems, human resource related problems like appropriate human resources are not available with the police. They don't have enough expertise because the organization, or you can say the internet and the cyber security threats, they are growing in the exponential pace. They're growing at an exponential pace, but the infrastructure, or you can say the police side, the protection side, so on that side, the personnel's training is not held to that level. And the way forward, if you see, the way forward, what we can write is more of information sharing among the key agencies like DRDO, NTRO, etc. A PPP model will be one of the best way for cybersecurity, because it is a private sector that is involved in developing of various applications, and also it is involved in the developments in the various areas in internet. So having a PPP model for providing the cybersecurity, or for ensuring cybersecurity, will be a very good way forward. And also capacity building and skill development of the existing professionals. This has to be done timely to ensure the effectiveness and efficiency. And also promoting various startups in the digital security field, because this is one of the major thing that is missing. Because if the private sector is involved in developing of various new technologies, it is this private sector that has to be involved in the development of this digital security also. And also learning from the best practices like the talent manual of the US. So this can be as an example what we can write. Okay, so this is the way forward. And also the threats to the cyberspace, they are given here. You can just go through it, like the cyber crimes, cyber terrorism, cyber warfare, cyber espionage, etc. Okay. So next is the critical infrastructure. So critical infrastructure means that infrastructure which is very important for the state and the country at large. Recently, the government released guidelines for cyber security in power sector after there was a suspected cyber attack on the Mumbai power grid by the Chinese hackers. Even in New York also, we have seen this kind of a cyber attack in the New York power grid also. This power grid, what it does is, it does the management of the power management, like the load management will be done by these power grids. So for this they use a lot of softwares and all. So if there is any attack on these power grids, there will be failure of the power in that city. Okay, so these guidelines were released for the critical infrastructure. So first time such guidelines were released by the Indian government. This is to ensure the stability and security, and also these guidelines have to be followed by all the newcomers, so that the future, or you can say the power grids which will be formed from now, they will be protected and they can be secured. That is the main target. And the major guidelines includes procurement from trusted sources, appointment of chief information security officers, the CISOs, identifying and reporting the threats, etc. And the threats include natural, human, and accident or technical. These are the various threats. And importance, if you see, it is vital for economic prosperity, the critical infrastructure, be it the economic infrastructure or be it the power infrastructure, because without these, let's say power is very important to run the economy. Power is very important for important infrastructure, important institutions like hospitals and all, hospitals, education institutions and all. So they are very vital for the very survival of the society, and also their loss will have a very grave impact on the society at large. So it is very important to protect them. And the challenges are there from internal, because the human resources are not well trained. There is problem with the training of the human resources and all. And also there is fear of losing competitive edge over rivals, which is inhibiting the private and public sector to share information regarding the vulnerability in their systems. Okay, so because of this, what is happening is that we are not able to identify the threats, we are not able to identify the loopholes in the system. And also there is a lack of coordination among agencies, and also there is capability asymmetry. And the way forward for this, what we can write is bringing comprehensive security policy to address the physical, legal, cyber and human dimensions of security. The vulnerabilities, including interdependencies between infrastructure, should be critically analyzed. The functioning partnership between state and corporate sector is essential. An integrated and sustainable supply chain security objective must be included in the business plans, contracts and operations. This is the way forward that we can write. Okay, so that's it, guys. And a small information, we are providing the Vision Mains 365 and Vision Mains Test Series summary for only 1500 rupees. You can check in our Telegram channel for the details. Okay, so we'll continue the rest of the topics in the next part. Till then, keep studying and stay tuned. Jai Hind.